How does your media product represent particular social groups? The film Descent and my own opening sequence, Intent, both present comparisons as they both maintain the aspects through the implications of vulnerability presented through the characters. The idea of the young girl walking through the forest, she has no control over what's going on, she's very vulnerable. The use of the clothing, which is very typical, which girls her age would wear, and also the way she acts is very conventional in a character, especially a protagonist, so the audience are able to relate with her and therefore sympathise with her due to the idea of vulnerability portrayed throughout. Both the characters in Intent and Descent are very similar, so the audience are able to relate to both of them and understand their character roles. However, the character in Resident Evil subverts from the protagonist in my opening sequence, as they contain more of a dominant role and their ideal character is conveyed through the use of bravery rather than vulnerability, which subverts from my character in my opening sequence. So the elements of the negative representation of the antagonist is presented stereotypically. As you can see in the Resident Evil film, you can see that the character is a protagonist but also has the aspects of the antagonist in a horror film. The antagonists have been presented that producers like to conform, the audience like this idea. They are conformed through the use of dialogue, the narrative, the role and their appearance, which is unappealing, but also the idea of bravery specifically targeted, as they want to target their audience effectively through giving them the conventions the audience seek in the horror genre. I feel that the idea of subverting the character is different to my opening sequence, but in a way works. As you can see, all the films really maintain the idea of the protagonist within the opening sequences, the films, but they have their own modern twist on what they think works better and how they're presented. One's vulnerable, the other's presented through bravery, but they've both got the same connotations through the ideas.